Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. I'm thrilled that we have Terrill Christians here with us today, all the way from South Africa, but originally she is from New Zealand. And yeah, it's fantastic to speak to her. So, yeah, Terrill, please introduce yourself and your business processes, software business to our audience.
Okay, well, hi, Tony, and everyone out there. So I'm Terrill Christians. My business, I'm the founder of Success by Design, and we provide software services, specifically business processing software, for your small, medium-sized businesses. We do not want any corporate clients. That's so done with it. And yes, I am based in Cape Town right now, and I am actually from South Africa.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
No problem.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. So, can you tell us, please, like, what actually inspired you to get into this software business and to help entrepreneurs with their softwares and automating their
Yeah.
processes so that they don't have to actually spend so much time doing admin?
I've actually been doing this type of work for almost 20 years now, but for 14 of those years, I've worked for like a large corporate companies, like those that were registered on stock exchanges. And most of them were like banks, insurance companies, loan facilities. So we've been automating their processes. I'm that horrible person that, when you come there, we made sure that you pick one for English, pick two for we try to have the client sort of come in, do more sales, do more self-servicing, and less things automated kind of thing. So the type of work I've been doing for 20 years, but for the past 6 years, I started my own business 6 years ago because corporate got boring from an IT point of view, from a creative space, and I had the opportunity to engage with some smaller businesses, and I loved it. I loved that I could help them with this, like something that was quite small to me was a big change in their world, and I felt I made more of an impact. And that's sort of, I've always wanted to work for myself. And I was like, okay, maybe I can actually help them do what I do, and make their worlds better. And I'm thankful to say in 6 years, I've got quite a few stories like that. So that's quite cool.
Wonderful. And what actually inspires you about your business and about working with your ideal clients?
What inspires me is the changes that I can help them see in their own business. So, for example, one of my very first clients was like a safety consultant. You need safety if you're in a restaurant, if you're running a construction site, if you have a factory, you need certain checks to be done often and all of that. And I mean, he had about three admin people at that point, and things were still slipping through, and he was paying a fortune and wasting a lot of time on his side. And I mean, today I think he's down to two admin people, no more manager, and he's doing more business than ever. He has more time. So like that kind, how my clients' businesses have grown over the years by them just bringing in software and processes that could automate a lot of the things. Once you bring in your client, your quote goes out there, an automatic follow up, invoicing, just putting these things in place, which we did in corporate, but now seeing a smaller business benefit from these things means that they can actually focus on getting business, fulfilling orders, delivering services, and it becomes a lot more pleasant. You can see you help that business grow. I think that's the most inspiring part, the best part. And technology right now is great, especially with AI and what we can do. And I think also like our generation, and by that I mean the 40 plus crowd, we are all about, bringing in technology to sort of take your business to the next level. And we have clients everywhere, all around the world. It's really post-COVID, it's really been fantastic. Software, yeah, we've had tons of experiences. So it's exciting all the time for me, I guess.
Definitely. And in terms of tips, that you can share with our audience, someone who is thinking about automating part of their business or um, making the processes more simple, simpler, like what tips can you give them?
Okay, so firstly, we all start out and you start out manually with a lot of things, right? But then you do reach a point where you're like, okay, how can I automate this? Uh, Look at a few different options first. Talk to some people, see how they use it, be open to trying out a system that can work. And when you look at that company, talk to the people. You should be able to talk to somebody. I know a lot of people hate the fact that you go in, you see the stuff online, you check out the demo, and then you cannot get hold of people. You cannot speak to somebody. That's not great. If they don't reply fast enough to your emails while you are sort of looking at the system, they're not going to do that when it comes to buying the actual product and you're an actual customer. So make sure they've got that service there that in an appropriate amount of time they are responding to you, that they can break down what it is their system does in a language that you can understand. So, for examples, where I have one basic system that I can customize for everybody from a plumber to a lawyer, right? But the way I pitch it to the clients or I tell them how to use it is different. So, if you're busy chatting, whether it's an email or you're physically on a call with someone and they don't understand how your business works, then just say, okay, look, this is the basics of it. How quickly can you relate and so forth? Also, read the fine print. Not all IT systems are created fairly, but most of them are pretty good. If someone's been around a few years, check their reviews out and then give it a try. You should always be able to demo a system before you get on it. Speak to somebody there, whether it is speaking online, on the telephone, in person, or on email, doesn't matter how, but you should be able to have a reasonable communication happening with them within a reasonable period before you buy. And I mean, they should be able to explain how this system is going to work in your business.
Totally.
They shouldn't be, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And then also in terms of some of the best results that your clients got as they were working with you or they're working with you, like can you share some of those as well, please?
My best results are one of the best things that's ever happened is like a week after my one client got our system, they had the opportunity to work with a really large client, the biggest they've ever done, and this client was very impressed with their internal processes because they could see everything happening. The system automates a lot of reminder things behind the scenes, and it makes both the customer aware as well as the internal staff aware of things. So they were very impressed with that. They did not expect that from such a small company. Okay. Then I have to say that other um, great results that people have had is that they've done things like they don't need to employ a full office manager anymore. They maybe just have like a virtual assistant because they don't need somebody to handle all this massive amounts of admin. They can have their salespeople and their technical people that's delivering services and filling orders, because so many things are connected when your system is connected, right from the lead stage to, being a customer stage. Um, when it's connected, it helps things move smoother and you get an overall view. And then I've had things as simple as clients telling me, you know what, I'm on my mobile. It's so fantastic that I can look at my whole company. And within a minute of meeting a client who one of my staff is working with, I can just check out his account and know exactly what's happening, what they're talking about through the system and things like that. So it's things like that that's really helped. And I can see the growth, obviously, in the companies as well.
Totally. And if someone wants to actually get in touch with you or learn more about you and your business, how they can do that?
Okay, well, they can start by looking at our website if they'd like, which is
Oh,
www.successbydesign.co.za.
we can see that
And
actually here. Yeah, behind you.
yeah, yeah, I mean, and then of course, if you want to email us directly, we have contact forms on the site. We have an email address. We also have lots of product pages, which tells you about our systems, and most of them have YouTube videos related to them as to how the system works. And it's very easy to ask us to get a link to your demo. You simply mail us and say, hey, I'd love to try this system. Do you have a demo up? And we'll respond with a link and a username and sort of give you guidance and tips on it there. So yeah, that's how you can get hold of me. I am on all the social media platforms kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, thanks so much for sharing your knowledge, and I can actually share these links as well in the description of this podcast episode. Thank you all for watching, Terrill. Thank you for these great tips. Thank you for being amazing guests. Thank you all for watching. If you liked it, drop us a like and subscribe and share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you all in the next episode. All the best and bye bye.
Bye.